Logan actually complements the gym, the health and wellness department here at Paraquat. We are the clinic side. So in our clinic, we do things to help the clients reach a lot of the goals that have been set for them with the PTs and the OTs on the gym side.
About 2 years ago, Logan College started bringing students in to do clinical work. And so I was one of the first patients that the clinicians worked on, and I've been a steady customer ever since.
Logan is a teaching institution, and my senior interns get to come out and they get the privilege of taking care of the clients underneath my supervision.
We're never going to get to work with people like this unless we come here. The clinics systems, we don't have these kind of clients. I think there's probably one person in a wheelchair that I've ever seen at our whole clinic, and here almost everybody is. So it gives you a whole different perspective on people, and we need to be able to help them. So that's why I chose Paraquat.
One of our missions and part of our vision statement is that we actually reach out into our community and touch the lives of individuals that wouldn't necessarily benefit or have access to our care. In line with that is special populations. A lot of my students, a lot of my interns have never dealt with this population before. They don't see this in a traditional clinic setting. The interns have the opportunity to actually get hands-on experience in a completely different world.
I was diagnosed with MS in 2000, and I lived a pretty normal life until 2007. I was in intensive care for a week, and I'm working full time and driving, and pretty normal life, and then to wake up 6 days later and can't move my legs or my left arm.
Working here at Paraquat will make me a better doctor because I'm getting to work with a section of the population that I wouldn't normally get, and doing things in a different way that I would normally do to work around their disability or to work around they're in a wheelchair, that I have to do this seated, and normally, like lay down, face down, like you can't do that. So it'll give you a different way to work things so you can adapt to any situation that you might have.
The beauty about treating the differently abled is that they're just like everybody else. The beauty about treating the differently abled is they're not like everybody else. And that's one of the things that we really try to teach our interns, how to adapt your treatment methods and what you do with your clients for an individual that's differently abled.
When I first started treating my hand, I couldn't open my hand, and it wouldn't be a fist. And I used to kid about if I had a piece of coal, I could make diamonds out of it, because that's how hard it would squeeze, and I sometimes couldn't even open it with my own fingers. And so they started doing treatment on my arms and my muscle using the G5 and working these muscles and ligaments, and to the point that they've been able to open my fingers like that. And I just recently married, so we've worked extensively on my arms, on the forearm, the backside, and stretching my fingers to the point that you can see how my hand does open up, and my bride was able to put my ring on.
A lot of the clients here at Paraquat, they're progressing as we've been here the few short weeks that we have been here. Everybody's making even small improvements, but to us, like, oh, I was able to tie my shoes today. Like, to most people, like, okay, I tie my shoes every day, but that's a big deal to be able to tie your own shoes, after having a stroke and your whole left side doesn't work, that you can actually tie your shoes. So, things like that happen here every day.
The thing that I think that maybe people might misunderstand is that Logan is teaching Paraquat. The reality of the situation is that Paraquat is teaching Logan. There are a lot of great things coming down the pipeline, and I speak for myself, but I think that everybody at Logan would agree. It's a very, very exciting time to know Paraquat, to be affiliated with Paraquat, and an honor to get an award from Paraquat.